Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with penne pasta with peas and prosciutto. Hey, who said that depression has to be depressing? This is good, cheap eats, probably $5 or less for this recipe. And let me show you how to put this together. By the way, this was inspired by Clara and her depression cooking series on YouTube. So this is kind of my version of her macaroni and peas recipe. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil, a couple pennies worth, in my stock pot here with an onion diced up. You can go medium, high heat pretty much the whole way. And then to flavor this up, some very expensive prosciutto ham. Actually, this was Serrano ham, but same thing. This is really thin. Look, you can literally see through it. So while this is a really expensive kind of fancy splurge ingredient, if you just get a couple really thin slices, that was like 25 cents worth of ham. So I'm going to take the couple pieces of ham there, dice it up nice and small. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to saute that with the onions in that little bit of olive oil, and that's going to really flavor this dish for not a lot of money. So we're going to cook that for about 5-6 minutes. The onions are going to kind of sweeten up. The flavor of the ham is really going to be brought out. Then I'm going to dump in 3 sliced cloves of garlic. You don't always have to mince and crush. Sliced is really garlic used more as a vegetable, okay, because it's a much more subtle flavor when you slice it. I'm going to put in a nice amount of fresh ground black pepper, some red pepper flakes. All right, nice big pinch of salt. And you want to make sure you salt your foods well during a recession because you sweat more. You're nervous, you sweat, you need to replace the salt in your body. Then I'm going to add in about 2 quarts of liquid. 6 cups to 8 cups I would say is a good range depending on how soupy you want this. I kind of like mine brothy, so I put about 8. I'm also going to add some dry thyme. By the way, I had homemade chicken stock. That was made with the leftover carcass from that lemon chicken we did. So never throw away the bones. You can always make a quick little chicken stock. I'm going to put in some tomato sauce and make sure you rinse out the cup. Ask your grandma or your great-grandma. They didn't waste anything during the Depression. All right, for the pasta, I'm going to use a Barilla Plus, which is the whole grain high fiber version. It tastes great. It tastes like regular pasta. Look at all that fiber. Not only is it nutritious, you all know that. It's good for you. I know you hear that regularly, but it also, high fiber foods keep you feeling fuller longer. It's perfect for a depression or a recession, whatever it is. Then I'm going to add in my white beans and a pound of frozen peas that I thawed. We're going to bring that back to a boil. I'm going to taste for salt here if I'm going to boil pasta like this before I throw it in. And because I tasted it, I realized, hey, it needs more salt. So I put some more salt in. I dump the box of penne in, give it a stir, and I'm going to boil that for about 7 minutes. Now, Clara taught us that you can just dump this in, turn off the heat, and save gas. Clara turned off her heat as soon as she added the pasta and let the heat from the stock cook the macaroni the rest of the way. But, Clara, things aren't that bad. At least, not yet. But I did kind of compromise. I boiled this about, 6-7 minutes. So you can see there, the pasta's starting to swell up. Then I'm going to turn it off. All right, when the heat's off, I'm going to dump in my cheese, grated Parmesan. It's about the only really expensive thing in here, and it's just a little bit. We're going to cover it, and I'm going to set the timer for about 5 or 6 minutes, and the pasta pretty much absorbed the rest of the liquid, almost. Because I put a good amount of stock in here, like I said, I like mine kind of brothy. So that is just perfect for me. If you put less broth in, you're going to have a thicker product. Up to you. All right, and there it is. Depression, not depressing. Penne pasta with peas and prosciutto. A little grated cheese on top. A little hot pepper on top. And that's it. I'm going to dig in here. Frugal cooking at its finest. This whole recipe, maybe $5. Hey, remember that rich musician that said,
"Don't worry, be happy."
Now, how do you do that? Eat well. All right, recipes like this. I hope everyone gives this a try. Thank you, Claire, for the inspiration. Go to the site, get the ingredients. They're all there. And as always, enjoy.